All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We're at the top of the hour. We've got a lot of information to cover today because we're going to be going over the Synergy Worldwide Mega Match Compensation Plan, which is designed to offer you multiple streams of income. And as we go through today's presentation, it is live. If you do have questions as we go through different aspects of the compensation plan, go ahead and unmute yourself and let's ask those questions as we go through the compensation plan rather than waiting till the end. Now, this compensation plan that Synergy designed is really based on teamwork and cooperation rather than competing with each other. And because of that, it creates the opportunity to harness what's called Mega Match. This is a component part of this Synergy compensation plan. In fact, they use it in the title for the compensation plan because it can be a significant way to create residual income by helping those that you've sponsored into Synergy Worldwide be Elite Honors qualified each month, and in that process be able to earn additional income off of what are called Mega Matches. We'll look at this as we go through today's presentation. The Synergy's Mega Match compensation plan is also unique in that it can help you create cash flow that could be $300 to $500 or more through retail profits, elite rebates, and fast start bonuses, as well as they've got a component within, or several components within their compensation plan to create residual income for you through what are called basic commissions, mega matches, and leadership bonuses. And in today's presentation, what we want to do is we want to help you understand each one of these 6 ways for you to be able to create income for your Synergy business. Income for both cash flow as well as residual income to grow your Synergy business. Again, the unique aspect of Synergy's Mega Match compensation plan is that it allows you to create customers who have absolutely no interest in the Synergy business, but allow you to treat your Synergy business like what I call a true business, where you have customers that can then create cash flow, which will help you grow your Synergy business, as well as when you help other people understand that process, you will be able to show them that they can have their own legitimate business that can create cash flow through customers, which will become attractive towards getting business builders. And you can also attract business builders on traditional network marketing because Synergy has that built into their compensation plan, which allows you to be able to build what we call your residual income stream through your business builders. So you have customers to create cash flow, you have business builders to create residual income. Now, understand that no matter how large your organization grows in Synergy Worldwide, it's pretty simple in design. It's called a dual linear Mega Match compensation plan. So at the top is you, which is typically called your tracking center 1. And then you have a left side and a right side. So anyone that you sponsor into Synergy Worldwide, you're going to make a decision whether you're going to put them on your left side or your right side. Now, we don't have time today to go over proper sponsoring and placement techniques. We've actually created a video to help you better understand where to sponsor people when they come into your Synergy organization. But when you enroll a new distributor, you're going to place them on your left or right-hand side. You want to try and keep those 2 sides balanced, especially in the beginning, so that you can make sure that you've got volume that occurs on both sides to be able to get paid basic commission. In this process, understand that if I put a new person on my left side, anyone that they then sponsor, whether they put them on their left or right sides, will be on my left side. And anyone that they've sponsored who sponsors people will be all on my left-hand side. So what happens is, as you add people to your left and right-hand sides, and as they go out and build their Synergy business, they're going to grow your left and right-hand sides. And there is no cap to the depth of either leg, which means that you've got true growth towards infinity. Now, understand that you'll never reach infinity because infinity is always adding one more person. But there is no cap to the depth of either leg. So you can continue to see both organizations grow and develop. And the other thing that you need to understand is that there are no breakaways, which means let's say I've got Donald on today's call. Donald is on my right-hand side. Let's say Donald grows to be to a greater rank advancement in Synergy Worldwide than what I am. Well, I don't need to ever worry about that because Donald will never break away. Donald can go from his current level to he could become a triple presidential executive like Mark Comer, and he'll never break away from my organization on my right-hand side. Whatever he's done from a growth standpoint, that will just create volume on my right-hand side. And if I have another person like Judy Feldhausen on my left-hand side, I didn't sponsor Judy, but Judy's on my left-hand side. You know, Judy could grow to become more successful than I am in Synergy Worldwide. That's great. I don't have to compete against Judy. Judy's success is fantastic. I can encourage Judy to be as wildly successful as she wants to, just like I can encourage Donald, because I've personally sponsored Donald, but at the same time, I want Donald to be as successful as what Donald wants to put the time and effort into doing. And the nice thing about this is we don't have to compete against each other. There's no cap to the depth of his organization nor my organization, and there's no breakaways that I have to worry about, nor does there any breakaways that he has to worry about. And that allows us to be able to create some very significant residual income as you grow your Synergy business. Now, at the time of today's presentation, Synergy operates in 27 different countries. This means that there are slight modifications in this compensation plan based on certain changes and government requirements in order for Synergy to operate in that country. So because of this, it's always important to read the compensation plan for your country. You can always find it on Synergy's website. If you go to company, hover over it, you'll see a drop-down menu, and on that drop-down menu, you'll see downloads. And if you go to the download section, you'll see all the countries that Synergy operates in. You can click on that country, and you can most likely find their compensation plan for that country. Now, you can go to synergyworldwide.com. Typically, when you go to that location, you'll see a screen that's like this, and then you just pick the country that you are operating in. We're here in the United States, so you would click on the United States. That would take you to the website for the United States. If you hover over Opportunity, you'll see a drop-down menu. If you click on Downloads, that's going to take you to a page that looks like this. You can see all the countries that are there. If you click on the United States, it's going to take you to this page. If you click on Forms, that's going to open up, and then you can see the Mega Match compensation plan. And if you click on that, it's going to open up into a PDF that allows you to either download that to your computer, or you can just read it online, and it gives you the whole compensation plan for Synergy Worldwide. Today's presentation is designed to give you an overview of that compensation plan. So I can't cover everything, but I do want to give you an overview. And the information I'm going to share with you today is, again, for the United States and Canada. There are some minor differences up in Canada, but nothing with regards to the overall structure of the compensation plan. Now, in looking at terminology, it's important to understand a couple things. One is tracking center. When you join, or when you have someone that you've sponsored join Synergy Worldwide, they're going to either have one tracking center or 3 tracking centers. We'll talk about what that means a little bit later in our presentation today. But irregardless of whether they have 1 tracking center or 3 tracking centers, everything in your organization revolves around tracking center 1. That's at the top of your organizational structure. And we also have a terminology called commissionable volume. As you purchase products or product combinations from Synergy Worldwide, that product or product combination has been assigned a commissionable volume, or CV. Because Synergy operates in 27 different countries with different monetary systems, they've placed a value on each product or product combination. So it's this value, or CV, that is used for calculating commissions. So it's not a straight dollar for dollar amount. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Most cases it's not, because again, they've got the compensation plan in CV so that it is universal for these 27 different countries that they operate in. Now, going back again, understand that this is a dual linear mega match compensation plan. So you've got a left side and a right side, and all the people on your left side and the activity that they're doing, products that they're buying, products that their customers are buying, all that stuff creates volume. And at the end of the month, Synergy looks at your left side and your right side, and the side that has the smallest amount of volume is called your weak leg or lesser leg, and the side that has the greatest amount of volume, CV, is called your strong leg. In the beginning, this can flip back and forth. And so it's important to make sure that you're properly qualified in tracking center one, so that as your volumes between your left and right-hand sides flip as your organization's growing, you can bank that volume. Now, we don't have time today to go over bank volume, but we have created a video that will help you understand what bank volume is and the importance of bank volume. So, for example, you'll have to do this mentally because I don't have it in the slide. Let's say my left side had 1,000 CV of volume and my right side had 2,000 CV of volume, and I was properly qualified on my tracking center one. Come to the end of the month, if I've got 1,000 CV on the left and 2,000 on the right, that would make my left side my lesser leg volume. I'm properly qualified in tracking center one. I would earn a basic commission on that 1,000. We'll come to that later in today's presentation. I've got 2,000 on my right-hand side. Because I'm properly qualified on tracking center one, Synergy, instead of going into the next month and washing out all commissions and all volumes and starting over completely at zero, what happens is the following month, I've got banked 1,000 CV of volume on my right-hand side. So it's almost like starting that next month with 1,000 CV already attached to my right-hand side. So let's say that the following month, my right-hand side only does 1,000 and my left-hand side grows to 2,000. My right-hand side would be looked at as my weaker leg, but instead of getting paid just on 1,000 CV of volume, they'd take my bank volume and add it to it, up to the point of whatever that volume was on my left-hand side. And they would pay me that extra basic commission because I had bank volume. That is a fantastic feature of the dual linear mega match compensation plan from Synergy Worldwide. Most companies don't do that. Synergy does. They reward you for your efforts, that if you're going to be qualified on tracking center one, then they're going to make sure that any excess volume in your strong leg is banked, so that in the future, if your legs flip, you can then take advantage of that bank volume. It's significant. Now, in creating cash flow, there's really three things that help you create cash flow: retail profit, fast start bonuses, and elite rebates. So we'll look at creating cash flow through these first three aspects of the Synergy compensation plan. As independent Synergy distributors, we are allowed to buy Project Plus at a reduced price through 12-pack and 48-pack options. Now, because the 48-pack option requires a separate agreement with Synergy Worldwide, let's just look at the 12-pack option and how it can be used to create cash flow for your Synergy business. In traditional business, you want to buy your inventory at the lowest cost possible and then sell it competitively in the marketplace. And the difference between your cost and what you sell it for is what's called net profit. Net profit creates cash flow to help you operate your Synergy business. Now, I had a conversation with Shane Greer. They are going to increase the cost of the 12 packs and the 48 packs on September the 15th. The reason for the price increase is they're trying to be able to knock off people who are buying 12 packs and 48 packs from selling on Amazon and eBay. I'll come to this in just a little bit. So the price on September 15th for 12 packs is going to go to $5.25. There's no longer going to be a differentiation between citrus berry, mixed berry versus the grape formulation. Everything will all be the same pricing structure. whether it be canisters or boxes, whether it be citrus berry, mixed berry, or grape, everything will be on a 12-pack, $5.25 plus sales tax and shipping. The sales tax is the variable cost. I live here in Illinois, and in my zip code, supplements are considered to be food, so they're taxed at 1 3/4%, as opposed to a sales tax that could be 6 3/4%. If I'm in certain zip codes in Florida and other areas around the country, that sales tax could be 0. If I'm in California, that sales tax could run all the way up to 10%. So the variable cost is always going to be your sales tax. When you take your total investment of $5.25 plus tax and shipping, it's going to be about $45 for a canister of Proaction Plus. And the amount of commission on the 12-pack is going to go from $300 to $350. We'll look at this in a couple minutes in terms of what that commissional volume represents to you. Now, Synergy's made the decision to do this because if you join Synergy Worldwide, you are required not to sell on auction sites and Amazon. It's part of our agreement with Synergy Worldwide that we do not market through Amazon and eBay and any types of auction sites. Unfortunately, there are distributors that don't follow this, sell on these platforms. If they're caught, they're terminated. But unfortunately, it's created a price point pressure that is causing issues for Synergy Worldwide, and they've decided, because the average cost on eBay and Amazon is about $45. Well, now you can see that the 12-packs, because they believe that most of the problems are coming from 12-packs being bought and then sold on eBay and Amazon, they've increased the pricing structure for the 12-pack, as well as we're going to see a pricing increase in the 48-packs, where now your cost is going to be at least $45 or more based upon what your sales tax is in this area, so that they can knock off a product being sold on Amazon and eBay. And if people continue to sell it, they're going to most likely have to market it for $55 to $60 if they're going to look to make any kind of profit at all. And so it becomes more, the price becomes closer to Synergy's suggested pricing for your customers. Now, if you decide to go down this route and you buy a 12-pack and your cost per canister is $45 a canister, our suggestion is that you package it as 1, 2, or 3 canister options or box options, so that you can get people started on the product and then be able to convert them over into customers where they buy the jumbo jar plus 1 as the best value for them. Again, we could have a whole Saturday presentation just on marketing strategies. For right now, we just want to show you how to make money through the compensation plan. So if I sell 1 canister and I use the wholesale pricing structure from Synergy Worldwide of $70 and my cost is $45, I made $25 net profit. If I sell 2 canisters and Synergy's price is $120 and my cost is $90, I made $30 in net profit. And if I sell 3 canisters and I use Synergy's wholesale pricing of $165, and I sell it for my cost is $135, I made a $30 profit. Now, what is the advantage of selling to your clients directly? Well, you could say to your client, hey, you can get that 1 canister or 2 canisters or 3 canisters directly from me. Wholesale cost from Synergy is this amount, but I can save you the sales tax and the shipping. Well, that's a value to them, because the shipping would most likely be $11.50, $8 for shipping, a $3.50 handling fee. So you're saving them at least $11 to, depending upon their sales tax, more than that. So you've got a benefit that you're showing to that individual to buy directly from you. You're getting them started. You're making cash flow And if you move a 12-pack, depending upon how you've moved it, if I move 4 orders of 3 canisters each, then my net profit is $120. If I sell all 12 individually, then my net profit is $300. Now, another option would be to price point. Currently, the price point on Amazon is $45. That's going to change once this new program goes into effect. It's going to take a period of a couple months for people who are using this program on Amazon. They're going to then get hit with higher prices when they have to go and restock their orders. So the price point on Amazon is going to increase. I could offer $60 as a competitive way to be able to be competitive to Amazon, provide my customer that I'm dealing with directly, showing them an additional benefit of $10 savings plus no shipping. So now I'm up to a $21 savings for them. My product cost is still $45 a product, and my net profit now becomes $15. So I don't make as much net profit, but my goal is to get customers, because my customers who like the product are then going to want to get a better pricing point, which positions the Jumbo Jar Plus One as a much more effective way for them to get their product than to buy individual canisters at 1, 2, or 3. So for example, if they bought 3 canisters at $150 and they really like the product, well, I could then position the Jumbo Jar Plus One, which would be a jumbo jar is equal to 6 canisters, a box of single-serve sticks, so they're actually getting, instead of 3 canisters, they're getting 7 canisters or 7 units for $240 plus tax and shipping. I've saved them at least $60 or more on the cost of their product. So it's a way for you to be able to position this. And again, if you do this, then a 12-pack is going to look at somewhere between an extra $60 to $180 of net profit. Again, a lot of people don't look at retail profits as part of their synergy business. I've built a very successful retailing business by utilizing 48 packs in Synergy Worldwide, but it's not for everyone. The goal of every business is to have customers. And you want to treat your synergy business in the same way. So whether you want to do the retailing, you can still create your customer program, because you're going to find that there's a lot of people that want to use the synergy products but want to have nothing to do with the business opportunity. So you can use the customer program in Synergy Worldwide to allow them to get their product directly from Synergy Worldwide rather than from you. Synergy does all your product fulfillment for you. So they pay Synergy directly. They pay the sales tax for their zip code. They pay the shipping fee. Synergy does all the product fulfillment for you. Synergy gives them a 120-day money-back guarantee, so that if they have any issues with the product, they can return it back to Synergy Worldwide, get the cost of the product back to them. They don't get the cost of shipping back, but they get the cost of the product back. And so you could introduce people into the customer program. And here in North America, the best value is what we call the Jumbo Jar Plus One, which I explained previously. Up in Canada, Health Canada will not allow Synergy Worldwide to sell the jumbo jars. So what Synergy does is they have a 6 and a 7 unit option. The 6-unit option is $235, which is the same price point as what a jumbo jar is here in the United States. The 7-unit option for mixed berry is $250, so $10 more than what it is here in the United States for a Jumbo Jar Plus One, which is $240. It allows you to earn what are called elite rebates. So when a customer buys directly from Synergy Worldwide, it allows you to earn what is called an elite rebate. So let's look at what this means. Your customer program allows your customer to buy directly from Synergy Worldwide. Any volume they generate is attached to your tracking center one. That allows you to earn elite rebate of 25% if you're properly qualified with Synergy Worldwide. So what does that mean to be properly qualified? Well, it means that here in the United States, you have to have at least 150 CV of volume on your Tracking Center 1. Up in Canada, it's 100 CV of volume on your Tracking Center 1. Any volume above 150 here in the United States or 100 in Canada, any volume generated through your personal orders or through your customer orders is going to give you a 25% rebate coming back to you from Synergy Worldwide. Now, the easiest way to make sure that you have enough CV volume on your Tracking Center 1 to be fully qualified for all commissions and to be fully qualified for elite rebates would be to set up your monthly auto ship for the products that you're going to personally use on a monthly basis. And the reason why you want to do it for the products that you're going to use on a monthly basis is, one, your products are a tax write-off. You can then set up your monthly auto ship so that if your monthly auto ship here in the United States is 150 or higher, you are now able to write that off on your taxes because it's a cost of doing business. For you to be completely compliant with Synergy's compensation plan, you've set your monthly auto ship up for 150 CV. You can then get your own personal products for you and your family, and you can take that expense and write it off on your business income so that you can write that whole expense off legitimately as a tax write-off for operating your Synergy business. What I personally do is I get a jumbo jar +1 every month because the jumbo jar is part of my sales program that I sell to customers. I separate the jumbo jar and the box of single-serve sticks, so I sell the jumbo jar separately for $235, and I sell the box separately for $55. And I then make revenue off of that. I've recouped my cost plus make cash flow, plus I placed myself in position so that any additional personal sales or customer client sales, I immediately earn a 25% rebate off of anything that I'm doing on my Tracking Center 1. Again, it's a business strategy that we could, again, spend a whole Saturday on looking at ways for you to be able to effectively design your customer sales program to generate CV on your Tracking Center 1 as well as elite rebates as well as create cash flow for your Synergy business. Now, if you go into the PDF for the Mega Match compensation plan, you're going to see this picture. So what does this picture mean? Well, elite rebates are earned on personal orders or customer orders. Whatever your personal order or customer order, the CV generated allows you to earn an elite rebate if you're properly qualified. Now, the way that Synergy does this is 50% of that CV is added to your Tracking Center 1 to pay out commissions upline. 25% of it is paid to you as an elite rebate, and 25% of it goes to Synergy Worldwide. Well, what does that physically look like? Here's a snapshot from May of 2012 from my back office. And in that snapshot, in that month of May, I placed personal orders outside of my auto ship, and I had several customers order jumbo jars. Now, a jumbo jar is 170 CV. So 50% of that, which would be 85 CV, was added to my Tracking Center 1, which pays commissions to my upline. Basic commissions, mega matches, leadership bonuses. Also, 25% of that, so that CV is 170, 25% of that is $42.50. So $42.50 was added to my elite rebates. So you can see that at the time that this snapshot was taken, I had already earned in elite rebates $271.25. So what happens is in Elite Rebates, don't worry about where the rest of the volume goes to. Just understand that whatever that Elite Rebate is, once you're above 150 CV of volume, you're going to get 25% of that back as an Elite Rebate from Synergy Worldwide. Now, Elite Rebates are not available for 12 and 48 packs of ProAction Plus. So if you order a 12 pack on your Tracking Center 1, then that 350 CV associated with it is not going to be eligible for an Elite Rebate. It can be used towards qualifying you as a preferred customer, but you will not get an Elite Rebate off of that. And if you decide to order a 48 pack on your Tracking Center 1, that volume is going to go up to 1100 CV. Again, you will not get an Elite Rebate. If you're planning to do 12 and 48 packs as part of your overall business strategy, then you need to make sure that you've got 3 tracking centers, because you want to order your 12 and 48 packs on Tracking Center 2 or Tracking Center 3, whichever one of those tracking centers represents your weak leg, because then the volume, 350 or 1100, will earn you at least the basic commission. And we'll, again, look at what that could represent. It's usually about 7% or higher in basic commission. So, for example, 350 times 0.07, that's $24.50 in basic commissions that I would earn. And if it's the 1100 times 0.07, that's at least $77 in basic commission. So the strategy is, if you're going to use 12 and 48 packs as part of your business strategy, make sure that you've got 3 tracking centers so that when you go to order your 12 and 48 packs, you order it on the Tracking Center 2 or 3, whichever your left or right side. Tracking Center 2 would be your left side. Tracking Center 3 would be your right side. Whichever side represents your weak leg, that's where you want to place your order. Now, the other way that you create cash flow is what we call fast start bonuses. When you have people who join Synergy Worldwide, and you sponsor them as an independent distributor, they have to come in with what's called an activation order. We're not going to talk about what activation, what types of orders that you can use for activation. Just understand that there's thresholds. They have to come in with a minimum of 150 CV of value for their activation order. If they do that, then they're going to create 1 tracking center for themselves, and you get a $25 fast start bonus. If they come in with an order that has 300 CV of value to it, then they're going to establish 3 tracking centers, and you're going to then earn a $50 fast start bonus. And if they're interested in the microbiome, where they do the buy 4, get 1 free of the Purify kit, the CV value for that is 600 CV. They get 3 tracking centers, and you earn a $100 fast start bonus. So depending upon the initial activation order of the new distributor that you sponsor, you're going to earn somewhere between $25 or $50 or $100 in fast start bonuses. It's a one-time bonus for bringing them into Synergy Worldwide. So that's why it's part of your cash flow, because Synergy pays out your Elite Rebates and your fast start bonuses on a weekly basis, which means that at the end of the week, Friday, when they close off Friday, whatever Elite Rebates and fast start bonuses that you've earned during that week, the following Friday, they pay that to you. And if you've got yourself set up on a direct deposit, then Synergy will directly deposit that money into that checking account that you've got set up. And if you don't have direct deposit, then once that is above $25, then Synergy will send you a check, but understand that they have a processing fee if they have to send you a check. So just if you're going to do a business in Synergy Worldwide, set up a separate checking account. You don't have to go into the bank and tell them that you want to set up a business checking account. Just open up another personal checking account, and then get that established with Synergy Worldwide. In the back office, you'll see a direct deposit form, and you can get that set up so that Synergy Worldwide will directly deposit all your commissions. Fast start bonuses, elite rebates, basic commissions, and mega matches. When they pay all those out on a monthly basis, all that will then get directly deposited into that checking account. Now, if your new team member chooses to come into Synergy Worldwide with one tracking center, they can always upgrade to 3 tracking centers by placing an additional order of 150 CV or more. However, they have to specifically call the customer service number and tell the support person that they want that new order as an upgrade to 3 tracking centers. If they do that in the first 6 months of joining, then you as their sponsor, you're going to receive that additional $25 Fast Start bonus. And if they do it after the 6 months of joining, they can still upgrade, but you would not receive any additional Fast Start bonus. So it's important to work with your client, your new distributor, to help them understand that if they want to get 3 tracking centers, let's get that thing done within the first 6 months of their Synergy business so that they've got their 3 tracking centers and you can earn the additional Fast Start bonus that comes with it. Now, the next 3 that we're going to look at are paid out to you monthly and would be best termed as residual income. As you grow your Synergy business, you're wanting to create what's called residual income. It's going to come through basic commissions, it's going to come through mega matches, and it's going to come through leadership bonuses. So let's start with basic commission. Again, understand your basic structure. That's tracking center 1. Your left side and your right side are everyone that you've sponsored on your left side and everyone that they've sponsored. And your right side is anyone that you've placed on your right side that you've personally sponsored and anyone that they've sponsored and the people that they've sponsored. And at the end of the month, Synergy is going to look at those 2 sides, left and right, and the side that has the smallest amount of volume, your lesser leg, you're going to receive a basic commission. It's usually been historically somewhere between 7 to 8%. I've never seen it go below 7%. I've never seen it above 8%. So for simplicity, I always use 7% as a way to get a gauge for what's happening. Now, again, here's a screenshot back from 2012, May of 2012, of my organization. So I'm going to show you what basic commission looked like for me, and then in the next slide, I'm going to show you what basic commission looked like for the person who sponsored me, especially if I'm in their weak leg. Now, for me, you can see my left side had 6,117 CV, and my right side had 6,018 CV, almost identical, but my right side had slightly less, about 100 CV less, and so that was my weak leg. And if I take that weak leg of 6,018 CV and multiply it by 7%, I earned a basic commission of $421.26. Whoever sponsored me mega matched that. We'll come back to that mega match in just a second. But look what I did for my sponsor, because I'm in my sponsor's weak leg. So for my upline sponsor, because I'm in their weak leg, what Synergy does is they take my left leg volume, they take my right leg volume, and they take all that volume attached to my tracking center 1, my personal orders, my customer orders. And they totaled all that. So when you add those 3 columns together, that was 12,828 CV of volume at 7%. That earned my upline sponsor almost $900 in basic commission. And whoever my upline's sponsor was, they mega matched that. So when you look at basic commission, you're earning a basic commission for yourself, and then the volume of your whole organization. If you're on your sponsor's weak leg, you're earning a basic commission for that sponsor. When we come to mega matches, Mega Match is a direct dollar for dollar match on the basic commissions of anyone you have personally sponsored. And there's no limit to the number of team members that you can personally sponsor and earn mega matches on, which means that if I sponsor 10 people, I have the potential for 10 mega matches. If I sponsor 100 people, I have the potential for 100 mega matches, which means that I have a vested interest in the success of the people that I sponsor. Because if I can help the people that I've sponsored be successful in growing their left side and their right side and be properly qualified on their tracking center one so that they're earning a basic commission, they benefit, and whatever their basic commission is, I mega match that dollar for dollar. So I don't have to compete with the people that I sponsor. Instead, I can invest my time to help them be successful, because the more successful that they are, the greater potential that they have to earn a basic commission, which then gives me a direct dollar for dollar mega match off of their basic commission. Let's go back to that slide. So if you remember, I earned almost $400 in basic commissions for myself and generated almost $900 in basic commissions for my sponsor. If you had personally sponsored my upline and you had personally sponsored me, and those were the only two people that you ever sponsored in the Synergy worldwide, and you were properly qualified in tracking center one, you would have earned just slightly over $1,300 for the month of June. And assuming that we continue to do the same thing, meaning assuming that I continue to do the same thing, and if my sponsor was active and growing their Synergy business, you can see just out of two people, that could be a significant return. I mean, when you take $1,300 and multiply that out by 12, that's $15,600 of residual income coming to you just through two people that you potentially personally sponsored. This is when people begin to grasp the concept of mega matches and the importance of being a good sponsor to the people that you've brought into Synergy worldwide to help them grow their Synergy business so that you can help them create basic commissions for themselves. Every dollar that they earn in basic commission, you match. And there is no limit to the number of mega matches. So when you look at this, there's no cap to the number of mega matches you can earn. Plus, you can personally sponsor team members. They can be on either leg. So it doesn't matter whether my team member is on my weak leg or my strong leg. It doesn't matter whether they're one generation from me or they are hundreds of generations below me. If I've sponsored them and I'm properly qualified on my tracking center one, and they earn a basic commission, then I earn a direct dollar for dollar match on any basic commission they earned. This means that investing in those that you personally sponsor can pay you huge dividends and pay you even more than your basic commissions because you're not limited to the number of mega matches. If I go into my back office right today, I have more money coming to me in my basic or in my mega matches than what I do in my basic commissions. It's because I've personally invested my time and energy in helping those that I've sponsored into Synergy worldwide be successful. Now, sometimes I offer a lot of help to people that I've sponsored. Sometimes they go no place. Again, I can't do the work for them. I can only provide them guidance and direction and help them create their marketing strategies, but it's up to them to implement them. And like anything in life, in business, it's a numbers game. The more people that you sponsor and invest in, you'll find the ones that are willing to go to work. Those are the ones that you want to spend your time with. The ones that you've tried to help and don't want to implement, then at some point in time, you need to cut the cord with them so that you can make sure that you're spending the time with the people who are invested in growing their Synergy business that you've personally sponsored. Or if you've got people in your weak leg that maybe you haven't sponsored, but they are actively growing their Synergy business, you need to offer that person your help and assistance, because anything that you can do to help them grow their Synergy business is going to grow the volume in your weak leg, which is going to increase your personal basic commissions. So even though you won't earn a mega match off of them, you still have a vested interest in their success. Now, the last area of significant income is what's called leadership bonuses. So let's take this graphic that you see here and let's break it out. In leadership bonuses, it's based upon your weak leg volume. Once you get to what's called the team leader level, which is having 6,000 CV of volume on your weak leg or lesser leg, that means that your strong leg has to have 6,000 CV of volume or greater. Then Synergy starts paying you out a leadership bonus on your strong side volume. And what they do is they use a payout percentage and a multiplier. And as you can see, as your weak leg volume increases to team manager, team director, the payout percentage increases and the amount of the multiplier also increases. So what does that represent? Well, as you can see, that as I grow my Synergy organization so that my weak leg volume is increasing, which means that my strong leg has to be equal to or greater, then my potential for leadership bonuses goes from $15 minimum to a maximum of $96,000. And this is not on a yearly basis. This is on a monthly basis. Again, Synergy rewards you for providing leadership to your organization. And they compensate you that as you provide leadership and grow your Synergy business and grow your lesser leg, when you hit different benchmarks in that process, payout percent increases from 0.25% up to 4%, and the multiplier goes from 2 times to 6 times. So that your potential revenue stream can go from $15 to a potential of $96,000 on a monthly basis. Now, $15 isn't a lot, but $96,000 on a monthly basis certainly is. But a person had to work. And just like any successful business, it requires disciplined work over time to grow your organization. Just like your customer base requires disciplined implementation of your marketing strategy over time to grow your customer base, to grow your cash flow, the same process applies to your distributor base. Disciplined implementation of attracting people to you to join you in the Synergy business, then providing them leadership and guidance and helping them grow their Synergy business, so that those that truly want to go to work and implement marketing strategies to attract customers and grow their Synergy business, those are the people that you want to spend time with, because they're the ones that are going to help you grow the volume that will create basic commissions for you, increases your potential for mega matches, and gets you into the leadership bonus. Now, coming back to this tracking center 3. Why having 3 tracking centers? Again, if you're not going to order 12 packs and 48 packs, I would suggest that only, don't worry about whether you have 3 tracking centers. But if you're going to use a 12 and a 40 pack strategy to create cash flow, to introduce people to the product, save them some money, help them have a good experience, then convert them to direct customers with Synergy worldwide, then having tracking center 2 and 3 becomes important, because you would order your 12 pack and 48 packs on the tracking center that represents your weak leg, so that you can earn basic commissions, and then whoever your sponsor is going to earn a mega match on the basic commission that you generated from that. Again, that can be a whole separate discussion. So, in review, you have 3 ways to create cash flow. Retail profits if you decide to go down that route. Fast start bonuses when you register or sponsor a new person into Synergy worldwide, anywhere from $25, $50 to $100. And Elite Rebates, 25% of anything above 150 CV of volume on your Tracking Center 1 or 100 CV of volume if you're in Canada. Your residual income are your basic commissions, the mega matches off of all the people that you've personally sponsored as long as they're properly qualified and you're properly qualified, all the mega matches off of anyone that you personally sponsored. If they're earning a basic commission, you're earning a dollar for dollar match. And then the leadership bonuses. As you grow your Synergy organization and you hit the team leader level, you'll start earning leadership bonuses. Those, we're not going to go into global revenue sharing because you have to be pretty high up in rank advancement to tap into that. But it is significant for people who are at that level. But for the person that you bring into Synergy Worldwide, here are the 6 ways that get paid, and not counting the additional promotional money that Synergy puts out. Like they have the Title Plus program that's currently in place that adds significant dollars to a person. And that promotional money does not come out of this 55% that Synergy pays out every month in commissionable volume. That is over and above what Synergy is paying out through all these other programs. So the bonus or the promotional money through the Title Plus program that currently is in place, that is additional ways that you can earn revenue that is not funded by this 55%. Also, there's no caps to the growth of your organization. There's no breakaways in Synergy's compensation plan. Do I have any questions from anyone? Let me go and unmute everyone. Okay, so I've got everyone unmuted. Do I have any questions before we finish up today's call?
Dan, it's Donald.
Yes, Donald.
No real question, but as I often say when you do this presentation, it's so good because it helps me, as long as I've been in this business, to understand, because it's for me it's a continuum, understand how this works. And many times I come back to you and asking questions and giving me the opportunity to fine-tune my operation. So if I may just look, without going too deeply into my organization, I've got one member, if I can, innovative health, and they ordered on their Tracking Center 1 volume of 900 CV. They've got a pretty big, because of circumstance, they've got someone who placed a pretty big order, and they've got over 6,000 on their left side and 0 on their right side. Now, the lesser amount, they're not going to be paid any commission on that. They're not going to be getting any commission or anything like that. Is there?
So a couple things, and I know I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. So the volume that's on their Tracking Center 1, mm-hmm. all the things that they placed on that Tracking Center 1 were things that were eligible for Elite Rebates.
Okay.
And so rather than, it would make no sense to them personally to order that on their Tracking Center 3, because although they would have earned a 7% return on that, it makes more sense for them personally to put it on their Tracking Center 1 to earn a 25% rebate.
Got you.
So from a business standpoint, that was the reason why you saw that volume increase on their Tracking Center 1, because everything that they put there was all eligible for Elite Rebates. And that made business sense and cash flow for that individual. Excellent. Now, they've got 6,000 CV of volume on their left-hand side, which is their Tracking Center 2. If they decide this month to order a 48 pack or something, then they would definitely want to order that 48 pack on their tracking center 3,
Right.
so that 1,000 CV of volume, because it's still the same pricing structure, doesn't go into the new pricing structure doesn't go into effect until middle of next month, September. So if they decide this month to order a 48 pack, then that 1,000 CV of volume they would earn a 7%. But let's say that they don't do anything, all right, because they're not in position from an inventory standpoint to do that. The nice thing, Donald, is that if we go back to that one slide that I had on bank volume, because they're fully qualified on Tracking Center 1, that 6,000 CV of volume that's on their Tracking Center 2 is going to carry over to the next month.
Right.
And they're going to have that volume. So let's say next month they have 0 volume on Tracking Center 2, but they place maybe 3 48 packs on their Tracking Center 3, generating 3,000 CV of volume. Well, they've got 0 on, next month they'd have 0 on the Tracking Center 2 left side, 3,000 on Tracking Center 3 side, but they've got bank volume of 6,000.
Right.
They would still then earn next month 7% on $3,210 of basic commission. And that's the beauty of being properly qualified in Tracking Center 1, so that you can take the excess volume between your strong leg and your weak leg. When you look at those two legs and you subtract the weak leg volume from the strong leg, whatever that difference is, Synergy's banking that for you.
Right.
Make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, what they would have missed for August, they would now get that 7% in September.
Correct. And in many other companies, that volume would have washed out at the end of the month. The other companies would have forced them to place that order where maybe they weren't ready for an inventory standpoint to place an order, but because of the way the compensation plan was designed where your volume washes out to 0, they would stock inventory, which is one thing that I love about Synergy Worldwide. We don't have people who are loading up their garages with inventory. And so in this case, that bank volume is carried over to the following month, where they now can legitimately take advantage of it because they have a need to replace inventory.
Right. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. Good question, Donald.
Thank you.
Anyone else with any questions or comments before we say goodbye?
This is Judy. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Judy.
So I just wanted to say thank you so much for that presentation, and I'm just amazed at all the different ways that Synergy lets us make money, especially things like you just talked about, the bank volume with Donald's distributor, so that we have the opportunity to not just make it 1 month, but can reap the benefits of what people did months ahead of time. I know personally my legs have flipped from one side being stronger to the other side being stronger. And so being able to take advantage of that bank volume is just an amazing blessing from Synergy.
Yeah, it is. And especially for people, some like in my organization, it would be very hard for me to flip my left and right-hand sides. I have so much bank volume on my right-hand side. But initially, I used to have a large amount of volume on my left-hand side. And without going into details and things, my left-hand side was my strong leg. I had a large amount of volume in it. And then some things happened in Synergy Worldwide. And over time, my right-hand side took off. And I was able to, for about a 2-year period, use all the bank volume that I had accumulated on my left-hand side. Now I've got a large amount of bank volume on my right-hand side. So you're absolutely correct, Judy, in what you're talking about. This power of bank volume is huge in helping you create higher basic commissions. Now, Donald, and I brought this up because Donald had asked me that if you go to our Synergy family, we didn't have these links here. If you click on the Synergy library, or if you click on resources, let's go to resources. When you click on resources, it's going to take you into a section for PDFs. And if you go to our Synergy Family Business Plan and you click on that, I'm pretty sure it's on page 10. We're going to find out if I'm correct here. But we've got videos that I may have to do some updates to. But if you scroll down here, let's see. Yeah, page 10, I got it right. So if you go to page 10, you're going to see that we've got videos here that are going to help you understand this compensation plan. So you can see that I've got a video here that is understanding Synergy's compensation plan. And I've got a video here that helps you understand bank volume. And I've got a video here that helps you understand proper sponsoring and placement techniques. And then I also have a video here that helps you understand the importance of monthly auto ship. So one of the things that we've tried to do, Judy, is we've also tried to put these, instead of doing a compensation plan on a monthly basis, a presentation, we've got these videos here that as you bring people into Synergy Worldwide, you can take them to our Synergy family, click on resources, open up the business plan, take them to page 10, and then you can have them watch the compensation plan and write down any questions that they have. And then you can help them understand bank volume by watching the video. And you can help them understand proper sponsoring and placement technique by watching the video. Have them watch the video, write down their questions, and I can tell you that if people won't take time to watch the video, then they're most likely going to not take time to implement their Synergy business. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
So again, one of the things that we want to do is we want to try and put resources in your hands that make it easier for you to help people understand the compensation plan, to help them understand the benefit that you've seen in bank volume, how that benefit could be their benefit, and how if they properly sponsor and place people into their organization, then they can make sure that they stay balanced, especially in the beginning, to harness bank volume and increase their basic commissions and mega matches off of the people that they're mega matching off, because they're showing people exactly how to grow their Synergy business. So Donald, thank you for the suggestion on adding those links, and we got it done this week for you. And then it benefits everyone in our Synergy family. Thank you, Judy. Anyone else with any comments or questions for me before we say goodbye? All right. I want to thank you for your time and attention this morning. I did remember to record this today, so we will have a recording up on Monday. And everyone, enjoy your weekend. It's going to be beautiful here in Chicago. I hope it's beautiful for where you're at today. Bye-bye now.